Okay, let's get you guys an update going in the daylight, outside, not in the barn. So, in my last video, which was like a month ago, I think, I talked about working on this combine. And you can see this combine's nowhere near the barn, because the barn's back there. It's up here by the house. What I ended up doing with this is I pulled the engine out, the whole cradle and all, to power wash this, because one of these steel lines, whichever one runs the variable speed, was broke, had a hole in it. It would be this one right here. It's got a hole in it, and the engine need resealed and some other things done, so I decided it'd just be easier to pull the engine. It's 4 bolts for the cradle that it's in, all the wiring and cables for the carburetor and stuff like that. It comes out with the radiator. No, it can come out with the radiator. If you look here, there's bolts here and here, and on the other side, this part of the cradle would come out, but it would come with the hydraulic pump and all this gadgetry here. And I didn't want to have to deal with all that right at this moment. So I just took the engine loose, basically, and it comes off with the air cleaner and hood and all that. But I got that off. It's in the barn. I'm going to reseal it and everything. And we'll actually go touch on that. But it's up here to be pressure washed. It's been sitting up here for about a week. I haven't had time. It's October 3rd. Why am I climbing up here? I don't need to be up here. I want to climb up here and show you guys. It's October 3rd. Not last weekend, but the weekend before, we did our go-kart race with the straw, which I was getting the Freightliner ready for, if you guys remember. We got that done. I'll talk about that. But if you look in here, the cab's a lot cleaner. If you guys remember from the past videos, I spent a day out here and I cleaned it. I pulled all the foam out of the top and vacuumed up the floor and washed the steering wheel and the windows and the control panel over here. So it's clean and it doesn't smell like mouse urine or anything anymore in here. And I just cleaned it out, basically. I didn't do anything else. But there's still some stuff that needs to be done to it. I need it like now, because my beans are ready. The one field is, but I got to do the variable speed and something else that I'll touch on when we go to the engine. But I'll show you guys the steers here. Now, depending on if I work this Saturday or not, I might take off 3 of them. I'd like to take off the 2 jerseys. You guys knocked that feeder over again. I'd like to take off the 2 jerseys and the Holstein. The 2 jerseys aren't gaining very fast, which that's obvious. They're jerseys. The Holstein's gaining pretty good, but he's getting a little... He just makes me nervous to be around. So I'd like to get rid of these 3 and buy another little black calf, or even a Hereford, actual beef breed. But we'll see what happens. I'll talk about the straw here for a second while we're on doing an update. We'll get back to the combine. But our straw, it went good, went really well, better than last year actually. Just a couple issues that we need to work out. The little Freightliner did a good job. It's a little underpowered. It's probably more underpowered for pulling them trailers than the little Chevy is, but the little Chevy wasn't ready, so we couldn't use it. Did good, got done on time for what we would like to be on time. We are considering not doing it anymore. Me and Dad talked it over. We were 100% fine with not doing it. Well, we decided that we wouldn't just quit doing it. We came up with a number that the city has to pay us, and we told them, and they got to talk it out with their budget. If they don't want to pay us that set amount, then we probably won't do it anymore. We still going to be doing straw, though. We have 3,500 acres. Not 3,500 acres. 85 acres for 3,500 bales. I don't know where my brain's at, but it's 85 acres we got lined up for this next year, so we would bale straw and then sell it. Right now, all my semi-trailers are down at that lot where Dad has his trailer park, because we got all the straw sold. I sold 5 trailer loads to a place down the road here, and they're coming in and getting it as they need it. And I got 1 load to take to Pataskala, and then I got half a load that I can sell locally here. So all that'll be done, and we'll just have to replenish the straw next year and be set for selling straw again, or doing whatever we decide to do. Okay. Now I do have some other videos I'm going to put up. I'm really bad at shooting videos on my GoPro and then not putting them up or not finishing them, and that's the case with some of the videos for the Freightliner. I think I talked about putting up, I don't remember, because my videos have they've been like a month apart. So excuse me. I do have videos about putting lights on my Ram, and I think I have a video about loading up tractors for the tractor show, and I don't remember what I have on my GoPro, so I'll have to go through that. But anyways, here we are. This is my mess of combine parts. Like I said, I pulled the engine out. I want to go through and pretty much replace everything on here. I got a new fuel pump. I ordered a distributor. The only distributors you can get now are either electronic ignition, like this one is, or you can get points, but they got a vacuum advance on them, and that might interfere. I don't know. I bought one that was a vacuum advance. I returned it, and deciding which route I want to go. But I want to do the all-new ignition. I got a fuel pump. The starter's good. I got the thermostat. I got the gasket set. The gasket set's actually here. The fuel pump, a coil that I may not use, because if I go back to the electronic ignition, I'm going to need a different coil. So we'll see how that goes. There's what came off with this. It's actually not a cradle. What it is here's your mounting plate that mounts to that in the bottom, and then you got 2 bolts up here that hold that, and then it all pulls out together. There's the belt drive that bolts onto that. So that's what's going on with the engine. I just got to work on it. But this is where my problem comes in, this radiator here. And I kind of had this feeling. I bought all the stuff to do the engine, because I was going to do the engine, have the engine ready to go while I sent this out to get checked out, fixed, whatever had to be done to it. So I sent it out. You can see they cleaned it. It's stripped down. It actually had a sticker on it here. It took the sticker off, and the sticker was in really good condition. It was a extended life coolant kind of sticker. But they cleaned it, and it needs record, which I was afraid of. To record it, they quoted me $980. To buy one is anywhere from $920 to $1,160 for that same radiator. If you guys remembered, I paid $300 for the combine. Now, the combine MacGyver would probably get a radiator. I am undecided on what I want to do yet, because like I said, I only paid $300 for the combine. I have this other combine out here that I paid $300 for, but it's got a different radiator, and I think it's in the same situation. Now, I could get this radiator record for $1,000. I need to look into maybe having an aluminum one made, because I would like to continue on with the resurrection of at least that combine. The other one I don't know about yet, but I would like to continue with the resurrection of it and possible restoration. But right now I need a combine for beans, and I don't have one. So I'm in a little bit of a situation that I wasn't prepared for. I actually looked, or was going to look at a Gleaner yesterday, the 3rd, for $900. That was in running condition. It was in good shape. It came with a head, $900. You know, that's cheaper than the radiator. But a guy called ahead of me coming to look at it. He got there before I did, and he ended up buying it because it was such a good deal. I looked at another one the day before up in Michigan, and I couldn't get it home. It was too tall. It was a Gleaner F, older style one, but it had some different modifications. It had different options on it, and it made it a taller machine. It actually said as tall as the M2, which the M2 barely fit in this door. We had to dig a hole. It was like 12.6 is what the combine measured high. It was 10 foot wide. If I took the tires off, it would have been 8 foot. Taking the tires off, I would have only gained 20 inches on my clearance, and it wouldn't have cleared. So I kiboshed that one, and the one that I was going to buy would have fit on the trailer, but like I said, it sold. So right now my only option is to buy a pull type combine that I found, because I have a budget that I have to stick to. You know, if you don't stick to budgets, you go broke. So I have a budget I have to stick to, and in my budget, the two options are buy a pull type combine, because that's all that my budget will allow, unless I find another $900 combine, or I buy the radiator for this combine and hope that nothing else is wrong with it, and I can go to the field and run it, and then next year do more repairs to it. Those are my options, and I'm currently waiting on a guy to get back with me on a John Deere 30 pull type combine that's about an hour from here, and going from there. There is a couple international pull type combines that I would like to have, because they would complement my collection of IH tractors, but they're a little bit further away, and I don't know how I would get them home. The problem with combines is they're big and awkward, and that's what I'm running into. If I had a lowboy, I wouldn't have a problem getting a combine, but I don't have a lowboy, so you can see my predicament here. Let's go over and take a look at the beans while I got you going on here. This field of beans was planted 3 weeks after Memorial Weekend, because I planted my big field Memorial Weekend, and this one was like 3 weeks after. But it's starting to turn, and turning quick. Quite a few weeds in here, but you'll have that. I didn't get it sprayed soon enough. I probably should have sprayed it again. But you can see the leaves are turning. My other field is ready. See, I don't hear the beans rattling yet. They're pretty close though. I mean, there are some green ones in here. Yeah, they're not popping. I can hear these ones rattling a little bit. Hear that? Won't be long. About another week or two, this field will be ready, and I really don't want to combine the other one till this one's ready. see here. C.E. Smith did point me in the direction of a nice International 93 combine, but I don't like the price they have on it. They want $2,000 for it, and it's in really, really nice original condition. Yeah, they're still wet. You can see I bit down on this one. Oh, maybe. I bit down on it and it just left a tooth mark. I don't have a moisture tester, so that's about the best I can do. Just bite down on some soybeans. Yeah, they don't split evenly, they just mush. But I contacted, it's being sold for an old farmer through a John Deere dealer, and I contacted them, and he's asking, or he's wanting $2,000 for it. The lowest he'll take is $1,900. I don't feel it's worth that much. I posted it to a forum on Facebook, and they don't believe that they're worth that much. I was told $1,600 would be the max for it, and I just haven't got back with them to. I mean, I offered them $12 for it, and they didn't want to budge past 19, so that's probably a no-go. And I can't do corn with that one either. I mean, I could if I could find a header. Finding the header would be the hard part. I would like to stick with an F gleaner because I have 2 machines I can use for parts, and if not, I'd like to get an International because that would complement the collection. But right now I got to get what I can get to get the beans off, and it's looking like a pull type John Deere as soon as the guy gets back with me. Oh man, what else is there to update you on? I guess we could talk about this truck a little bit. Plans for this truck, because like I said, we might not do the straw project anymore, go-kart race. We would probably still keep this truck just because it's a handy truck. One thing that is going to be coming up soon, as soon as I can find 8 matching tires, used tires, because who can afford new tires for one of these? I'm going to convert it to 22.5s. It has 1020s on it, and I'm going to convert it to 11R 22.5s. So I got all the rims, I just need tires, and maybe she'll ride a little bit better. You can see these tires, they're retreads. They're separating a little bit. That one's all dry rotted, and one of them was really bad, and I don't remember which one. I mean, one of them was really bad. I don't remember. But it needs new tires. The front's already been done. It's got these big wide tires, and I'd like to get a little bit smaller tire, one that's not as high, because this truck does sit up pretty high, and I don't clear the wires here with semi-trailers. Looks like I got a little curb rash on that one. But this is a 385 65 22.5 on the front. That's wide tire. They're nice. They don't dig into mud. So, but that's really all I got for an update. I don't have anything else. I seen CE is combining his beans. I wish I was doing the same, but I hit a roadblock, and got to figure out how I want to go about this. I still want to work on this combine because I am considering putting the engine back in it and the radiator, and just running some stop leak in it and making sure it's full of water all the time just to get the beans off. But I don't like this head. I think the weak point of this might be the head. I mean, them fingers are all beat up in there, and I just feel like it's not good. I'd like to get a different head, but the only other thing that worries me is the variable speed. The cylinder on the other one leaks. This one I haven't been able to check because I can't get fluid to it because it's got a hole up here, and I gotta power wash this off. yet. But right back in here, it would have been this line where all this crap is. Got a hole in it. So, but before I put the engine in there, I need to change that belt, because with the engine in there, I'll never get it changed. And it looks like it might be kind of a bear to change. Anyways, this is the first I've looked at it in the daylight, but ooh, let me get down. We'll see what we can do with her. And I still got some stuff to figure out, like I don't know why there's a wood bearing on a belt, but it looks like it's definitely been there a while. And there was a pulley that was rubbing another pulley over here, right here. Them two are in contact, and I don't know why. I don't know if there's a bearing out or what, but that's kind of sharp actually. She'd been rubbing a long time. Definitely. There's actually a lip on this backside, and that's razor sharp. So that's an issue. It needs to be solved. Anyways, this video is getting kind of lengthy, and I'm kind of running out of stuff to update you guys on. So, like I said, you'll have to keep an eye out. I'm going to post some more videos that I have on my phone, hopefully tonight, because I need to get some content up. If I ever want this channel to grow, I gotta grow it. So, anyways, we will call this a video, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.